John wants me to explain the controls on here. I don't think I've ever done that. Here, get up here and I'll show you. Alright. Okay, so all the controls for this saw are on this right hand joystick. Sure good. So,
that's the same joystick that's on the buncher, essentially.
yeah, pretty much, yep. Yeah, I think it may be the exact same. I don't know. You've been in the buncher for a while. I can't remember. But okay, so here's your saw feed. All right, that feeds your saw. That returns your saw. So it's on a rocker trigger. There's out. Now it won't go back in on its own. That's what I was talking about with the CO2 cartridge return. It'll go right back in. So this is handy. It's a little bit of a bitch to get used to, but once you get used to it, you can do some neat stuff with it. It's real handy for trimming limbs and stuff like that. It works good. So there's my saw feed. Here's my grapple closed, grapple open. This is my tilt. Let me pick the head up. Okay, this tilts the head down or up. That's down. Now the bell. Another feature that this has, the bell you'd pick it up, and it was a momentary on. As soon as you let go, it would drop. All right.
Right.
This is, again, it's a little more handy for like trimming knobs and stuff, because you can get all kinds of positions. You can stop this thing wherever you want to. And I'm getting pretty good at like trimming limbs and crotches and Ys and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
Because you can tilt this thing.
Yeah, it's essentially like the same thing that Wade has on his din-din.
Yeah.
It's a grapple, but attached to the excavator bucket, so he can do all kinds of
that's
stuff.
definitely got advantages. I mean, you know, we've had this discussion. I think he'd like one of these if he had one of these also. Like he could do either or, because he could do a lot of his shoveling with this, but you know, that power claw is freaking awesome. I mean, he could just swing that thing over and it's there. Don't do this. So I mean, it's awesome for trimming and trimming knives. It's freaking cool. I'd like to have one of them, you know, and put it on another machine just to go around, you know, for any hand cut stuff. That's would be freaking awesome. But this does work good. I mean, it's a one-man show. Cut top, you know, you can limb with it. I mean, what did we do yesterday? I was over here, what, about an hour and a half? Yeah. Because you bailed early, you had to go to the funeral dinner thing there. His woman's uncle died, so unfortunately. Sorry about that. Well, anyway, what'd you leave, a little after 3?
About 3:30, so I figured you were over here roughly around 3:30.
Yep.
And I told him that in the other video, you did probably 3 loads.
Probably cut pretty damn close to 3 loads.
And that's cut
bunch. And top the bigger stuff. I didn't top all the little poles, but I'll knock the tops out of the bigger ones so we ain't dragging them out and dragging them back in. But this thing's fast for that. Now the bigger machine will do it. It's got the 360 head on it, but you've got that big massive disc. You know,
he can top stuff.
Yeah, it's more time consuming with that.
It is, and then he doesn't get it like you can't get it close.
Yeah.
Like you'll have a nub sticking out. Or something. You got to trim with a chainsaw anyways, or hope that the
this one, I mean, if you can't spend, you know, I can't spend umpteen hours doing that either, because we've got a delimber out there that just, you know. Yeah. But if it was a 1 or 2 man operation, and a guy took a little more time, you can trim shit up pretty good. You give it a pretty close haircut. And again, the reason being is, you know, if you look at all the different arrangements. Now, another thing that I like about this is this saw will function without having the grapples closed. It's got its own saw circuit, right?
Right.
And on the Rotabeck, on the Haltines super saw that I have on the shovel, I love that thing too. But unless you ran a total separate oil line, what they're doing on that, I plumbed that. They're taking the, they give you the solenoids to take the grapple pressure. You run your grapple pressure lines off of your main valve into a set of solenoids that divert the oil to the saw. So you have to have the grapple closed for the saw to function. So this is nice because you can do, and like on Wade's Din, I believe his you don't have to have the grapple closed. You can just leave it open and run it saw. That's a nice feature. So, and I could do that, I think, with that Haltine saw, with that Rotobeck saw, but you'd have to build a whole nother circuit just for your. It's
and it really wouldn't make much sense.
It's not that. It's not worth it.
It just flops around anyway.
Yep.
So
it's
you want that thing to be sturdy when you're cutting,
right?
Or else it'll, you know.
But it's not as convenient as this is for trimming limbs. This is pretty cool.
Right.
All in all, I mean, this is a good little rig. You know, I'm kind of excited to check the. You know, I might do this. We were talking yesterday with Josh out at Ryan's. He's like, "Why don't you upgrade to a newer head? Daddy, we got all the little knickknacks that we had some issues with all worked out." And I must say, you know, anybody looking at this equipment, there's not a better company in the world, as far as I'm concerned, to deal with. As far as, I mean, they want to know what the issues are. They know they had a few little issues, not big ones, just things would crack and a couple of different issues, you know, and they've redesigned it. But you call them and you talk to the guy who puts it together, and they're just freaking awesome. You know, Don, Josh, kudos, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at the show. But anyway, I can't say enough good about that, and I wouldn't hesitate buying the product, especially, like I said, this new and upgraded one. Then they make a bigger one too for a bigger carrier. I'd like to do that eventually, but right now I'm thinking maybe just upgrade. I don't know. That'd be fun.
It would be.
Yeah, it would. So. All right, let's cut some more trees.
All right. Maybe we can actually get a good close-up of this one. Time consuming, like you said, but you know, if you think about it, if you head back here and the loader out there is slammed full, one less thing the loader's got to do, you know. So a lot of it will depend on goes throughout the day. So if the skidder is, the loader's not packed full out there or whatever, and the skidder is right on him, then you might take a little bit of you won't trim as much, save some time, get more wood out, versus the opposite of it is if, you know, the skidder's up the loader out there, then spend a little more time back here trimming stuff up, get it nice and neat, and it's less that the loader has to do, it saves time, and then, you know, you can get more done out there if you don't have to screw around with it as much. Like them little ones like that, yeah, it doesn't really matter. The limber will strip that stuff right off pretty easily. And that limber will do a lot. I mean, it will do a lot depending on the material of what the species of the tree is anyway. Like a poplar tree, you can see, I don't know if you can see that limb that's still on that thing. So the limber will rip that limb off pretty easily.